All right, good morning, everybody. Good to be on with you on this fine day. Welcome to Friday. Welcome to our Power Up on this weekend eve. Look forward to the weekend here. Got a wonderful weekend planned here at the church. I hope that you'll be a part of the events here at the church this weekend, as with every weekend, and hope to see you then. But as I said, it's Friday. It's December the 8th. Of 2023. We're coming close to the Christmas, close to the end of the year and the beginning of another year, and excited about the new beginnings of this year, hope of this coming year. I hope that you are as, excuse me, as well. I would encourage you to hit that share button really quick so that others can jump on here this morning. We're going to be in Revelation chapter number 17. Would encourage you to follow along in the scriptures as we walk through these scriptures here even this morning, and we'll be in Revelation chapter number 17. Let's look. We're going to kind of, because we only covered a couple verses yesterday, let's look. We'll start back over again in verse number 1, see what we can cover here today as we consider this false religion, as we consider this the harlot here that's called the Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. And so we're going to look at this today. And so let's look at verse number 1 one more time, just kind of gain some context as we walk into what we are doing here, okay? Verse number 1, there came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither. I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of the names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And the woman was arrayed in purple, scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abomination, filthiness of her fornication. So this is this figure, this harlot, as it is described here, this woman that is sitting on the beast, who is committing fornication with the kings of the earth, the governments of the earth at that time, and this religion, if you will. We look at verse number 5. It says that upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, mother of harlots, abominations of the earth. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Jesus. When I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. And the angel said unto me, Wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman, and of the beast that carrieth her, which hath the 7 heads and 10 horns. And so we're going to get this description of who this woman is, of who this harlot is, riding on the beast. We note in verse 8, the beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition. And they that dwell on her shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was and is not, and yet is. Okay, and we note here, as we consider even verses number 7, 8, we've got the woman that's riding this beast. This beast, we have this description, which was, and which it existed in the past. It was not, and now is. Okay, and so this beast is the what is believed to be the Roman oppression, the Roman rule. Okay, it was, and we note the fall of the Roman Empire. We note in the past how it has not been, but we also see a call back to this Roman Empire during this time of tribulation. It was not in, I believe, if my memory serves me correctly, I think it was 476 A.D., A.D. 476, when we have the fall of the Roman Empire. I believe somewhere around there, where the Roman Empire falls, and it's not going to exist again until the tribulation time period. Now, it's interesting to note kind of these, just kind of what's going on in our world today. We note the European Union, an establishment, a reestablishment of the the government there in Europe proper there. We're going to see some descriptions that kind of indicate that this is the Roman Empire sitting on 7 hills, the city of Rome sitting on 7 hills, and so on. And so we see this government having its base really in Rome here. And we note the Vatican, the Catholic faith rooted there. We also note the European Union reestablishing itself. We've seen some people, some groups dissenting from that, and I get that. But we kind of see all of that coming into play here. We note that the Antichrist is going to come back, reestablish this, and we also note that the Antichrist, we note in verse number 8, he shall ascend out of the bottomless pit, rise up once again. As we know, the end times, the timeline, he will rise up out of the bottomless pit. God will release him, and then he will be cast into the lake of fire, where he will be for all of eternity. And so we note the future as well, even as we will get into chapter number 19 later on. We note also, and they that dwell on the earth in verse number 8 shall wonder whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was and is not and yet is. And so we see this reference to the book of life. We'll see this in a couple of chapters as well. Those whose names were not written in the book of life, they are cast into the lake of fire with the Antichrist, with Satan, and so on. Now, let's look at verse number 9. And here is the mind which hath wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth. And so these 7 mountains would seem to indicate Rome, having the 7 hills there in Rome. There are 7 kings. 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is yet to come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. And so we note that there are 5 governments have passed, if you will. We know that 1 is, and the other is yet to come. We see this description of that. There are 7 rulers of the Roman Empire, if you will, and I know this isn't necessarily a history lesson, but we note those 7 rulers. 5 of them have already passed. We note the Antichrist being one as well, and this also represents yes, 7 rulers in Rome, but could also represent 7 kingdoms, if you will, and the Assyrian kingdom, the Babylonian kingdom, the Medo-Persian kingdom, Greece, Rome, the revived Roman Empire. We see this in the book of Daniel mentioned, and we note that in Daniel, the image that is created there, and the 10 horns, all that kind of stuff as well. We see in verse number, let's look. So we got verse number 10, 5 are fallen, 5 are past. Obviously, the Assyrian kingdom, the Babylonian, the Medo-Persian, Greece, Rome is past. We see those 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Rome being past. It's coming again. We note that, and we see that they are fallen. 1 is, and the other is yet to come. When he cometh, he must continue a short space. Now, verse 11. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th, and is of the 7, and goeth into perdition. Verse number 12. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kingdoms 1 hour with the beast. We see those that have supported and ruled with the beast, with the Antichrist here. These 10 kings, they're all joined together, forming this one, if you will, large government, if you will, that will rule the earth here, the Antichrist ruling the earth. We also note, and we'll see this in chapter number 19, where Jesus comes and rules and reigns upon this earth. Let's look at verse number 13. As we consider these 10 kings, the beasts and so on, these have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. And so they nominate this Antichrist to be their leader. These shall make war with the Lamb. They will rise up and seek to make war against Jesus Christ, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is Lord of lords and King of kings, a reference to chapter number 19. And they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. And we know who is going to come back with Jesus Christ. In Revelation chapter number 19, we note that those that come back with Jesus Christ, Jesus in chapter 19, verse number 16, he hath on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. We see that. We also note in verse number 11, him that sat upon this white horse in verse number 11 of chapter 19 is faithful and true. And then we see, and the armies in verse number 14, and the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. That being the believers, those that had trusted Christ as their Savior, and those that are called, chosen, and faithful. Verse number 15, and he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the horse sitteth, are peoples, and multitudes, and nations, and tongues, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. Okay? Now, this whore that is mentioned here, this is a reference to a one world religion. Throughout all of history, there has been a religion that has been dominant, okay, that has been kind of hand in hand with the state. You think about following the life, death, burial, and ascension of Jesus Christ. The religion that really has been tied to the state has been the Catholic religion. And that has been tied to governments, and even and it hasn't been really until recent years to where governments have somewhat distanced themselves just a little bit from the Catholic faith. We note that the founding of America was really a distancing of government being involved in religion, and having this government-based religion, okay, that kind of being set aside. We have the founding of America. But what religion has really risen to the top here? It's been around for hundreds of years, but the religion that has risen to the top and has been rooted in government, so much so the government has controlled the religion. They've been hand in hand. It has been Islam, the Islamic religion. We know that in the Middle East now, that governments and religions really hand in hand in a bad way, and government using the hand of religion to dominate the people, much like the government using the Catholic Church being the glove that goes over the hand of the religion in years gone by. Islam being the glove that government has used to dominate and manipulate people, and so on. And we know that Islam is being a violent religion, and also being a religion that oppresses people. We see this death to the infidel and so on. Okay, and so this is nothing new what we're reading about here in Revelation chapter number 17, how that the government uses religion to manipulate people, to connect people, and to dominate people, okay? And so this is nothing new in Revelation 17, what's happening in the tribulation time period. It's interesting to note that in recent years, the Catholic Church and the religion of Islam have become more buddy-buddy, and have agreed on many different things, and have begun to work together in many different areas. And it's all done under the idea of world peace. Okay? What is right now in our world today? What is the religion of our world today that is being used to unite people today, and people are willing to give up freedoms so that this peace can be had? It is the religion of climate change. Once again, the religion of the worship of that which we see, the world, the universe, the creation, rather than worshiping and acknowledging God as the creator. And so all of that is being organized to steal the freedoms from people for this one world government, this one world religion. We find that this one world government is going to eventually cast off this religion, because it is no longer needed, it is no longer useful, and this government will dominate. Look at verse 16 again. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. Okay, they will hate this false religion, and shall make her desolate. Okay, be non-existent and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. For God hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of God shall be fulfilled. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth. Okay, once again, we see now the beast, the Antichrist, no longer having this need for religion. The peoples of the world have been united under this religion, and they will begin to worship the beast and follow the beast, that which is the Antichrist. And man, you look at what's going on in our world today, and you know what? I believe we're closer than ever to seeing Jesus Christ come back. And man, everything is primed and ready. I'll say this. I believe this. I believe that this one world religion, Satan has always had a false religion ready. Okay, I believe he's always had an Antichrist ready to rule, and really it's him ruling through the Antichrist. But you know what? Things have lined up. We have Israel becoming a nation now. We've got these attacks that have come on by Hamas and the people of the earth hating Israel. And man, how disgusting is it that even in our nation's capital, on Capitol Hill, we have people testifying, not being willing to stand up for those that are openly, willingly crying for the genocide of the Jewish people. And that is not being condemned by leadership in our country today. Yesterday, there was leadership of our colleges, which we are paying for, that will not denounce and will not say that it is hate speech, that it is wrong for people to state and to advocate for the genocide of Israel. Listen. That's crazy that we can't stand up for basic dignity and human rights of individuals, and it's crazy the hatred of Israel. Listen, that hatred for Israel, man, it's dominating our society today, and man, we're coming close to the end. You think about it. You think about these end times. How is it that people could hate Israel so much? How is it that the peoples of the earth would organize themselves to come and attack Israel? Jesus obviously coming back and being victorious over that. But you say, man, how could that happen? How could all the peoples of the earth, how could that happen? It's happening right before our very eyes. It's happening. And we are coming close to Christ's return and rapturing the church to the beginning of the tribulation. We're coming close to the time when Jesus will rule upon the face of the earth. The question for us in the midst of all of this is, are we ready for Jesus to rapture us out? Listen, if you know Christ is your Savior, man, the ultimate ready is there. But you know what? We need to be telling others about Jesus Christ. We need to have our house in order. We've got to be, we're ready in regards to salvation, but are we truly ready? Are we looking for Christ's return? That's a challenge for us as we move on. Okay? We'll get into chapter number 18 on Monday. Sorry, we've gone so long today. But, man, there was so much in there. I know I didn't do it justice, didn't do it justice at all. But it just gave us some things to think about. As we close up chapter number 17, this false religion and so on. And so hopefully it's been a blessing. Hopefully it's been enlightening a little bit as well. And though I didn't do it justice, I would encourage you to go through, reread it, study it out yourself as well. Okay? Let's go ahead and welcome those who have commented live, and then we'll say adios to everybody. Cliff and Karen, good morning to you both. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Gene, good morning to you as well. Have a wonderful weekend. Ingrid, good morning to you. Love you. Have a great day. Ruth, good morning to you. Thank you for being on, and we'll see you Sunday, Lord willing. Charlie and Marcia, good morning to you. Have a great day. All right, Lord bless you all. And as I said, we will say adios.